What is up, my friends? Welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be showing you the 3 things that you need to understand if you want to rank up. So recently I've been getting heaps of comments and direct messages from people asking me to help them out with improving and maybe giving them some tips on aiming and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do. So with that in mind, I want you guys to do me a big favor before we start. I want you all to comment down below what it is that you want help with and what sort of tutorial you guys want to see. The comment with the most likes is the video that I will make next. So with that in mind, let's get into it. So really quick guys, I just wanted to also mention that I will only be covering bomb in these videos, as that is the competitive game set and the only game mode that I play. Step number 1, learn the important offsite rooms for any given site. Basically, all you need to understand is that the fight for any given bomb site usually happens in the room next door. This is the case for basically every bomb site that I can think of in the game, bar sites like kitchen and on cafe and kind of other shit sites like that, which I'm not going to get into today. I'll run you through a couple of examples so you have a better idea of what I'm talking about. Let's take karaoke / tea room site on skyscraper. Most people in the high gold / platinum levels understand that one of the most important factors in winning this bomb site on either offense or defense is taking control of geisha room. With control of this room, you have direct lines of sight into hallway. It can help clear the player behind the couch of karaoke room and also stop the run out to kill you off karaoke window, and is all in all essential to taking control of the area around the bomb site itself. That's why you often see up to half the reinforcements being used in attempts to try and hold that room rather than on site itself. Another example of this is the ventilation bomb site on border. This site is on the first floor, however it is absolutely essential to take control of armory and archives on the second floor, which is directly above. This is where the defenders usually hold from through little lines of sight and stuff like that, as well as the entire floor actually being soft itself. So once you've got control of that, you could kind of open up the floor and kill the other remaining players on site, or else push them off so you can get the plant down. I'm not going to go into the specifics of each bomb site and the important rooms around them, as it would literally take far too long and it would be basically an entire video per each map. All I'm saying is you need to understand that the most important part of most bomb sites isn't the actual site itself, it's the surrounding rooms. Try to understand this as you play next and start to look at the common ways that the enemies push or defend, as these are most likely the more important rooms. Step number 2, droning with a plan. With step number 1 in mind, you can now begin to plan out how you're going to attack each bomb site and thus where you're going to enter. So instead of you putting your drone into pure suicide mode during prep phase and diving onto site for basically no reason at all, instead try planning your drone in a location that you will be entering from, so that you know, for one, if the enemy is planning to spawn peek, or if there's anyone playing in that room there in general, or maybe even just important information that you can relay to your team, like a roamer that's crossed over to the other side of the map. Your drone is your absolute best friend on attack. Without using them efficiently, you're giving the defenders a massive advantage. Start doing this and I can guarantee you will stop dying from spawn peaks as much, start getting more map control from the get-go, and overall have more control at the start of rounds. You can then use that second drone to help you with that final push. So once you've kind of got control of the surrounding areas, use your other drone to maybe find out exactly where those last 2 or 3 defenders are playing on site, relay that information to your team and get yourself some easy kills. Step number 3, reinforcing with a plan. This sort of ties back to step number 1 in the sense that it requires you to understand where you're most vulnerable from attackers. Just recently I played a few games with one of my good friends that I know in person, and because I was gold 1 at the time and he was copper, we were playing at around a high silver level. It was absolutely astonishing to see some of the reinforcements being used by these guys. They literally had no idea, and thus it kind of opened my eyes as to how little a lot of you guys might know about this. See, the idea of defending is that you're trying to make it as hard as possible for the attacking team to get onto site and plant that bomb. Obviously, you can kill the entire attacking team prior to that even happening, but as you get to the higher and higher ranks, teams will be able to read poor defenses during the prep phase, spot the opportunity, and exploit them. Some actionable points on this include opening a rotate hole between sites to allow for quick rotation if needed. In my opinion, you should never reinforce the walls between sites, as it means the defenders really only need to take control of one site in order to get that bomb down. Let's take Coastline for example and the Hooker Billiards bomb site. One match I played, the defenders actually tried to reinforce these walls, and I had to quickly stop them and say no. Because think about it, if the attackers were to take control of Hooker Bar, there would literally only be one way in for the defenders. it becomes an easy round for the attack once they've got control of that room, which wouldn't take long at all. Start thinking about this when defending, and pay attention to where you're being exploited from and what works. Another important point is reinforcing walls that will cut off rotation. So for an example of this, we're going to go to Oregon and the second floor bomb site. In my opinion, you must reinforce the 2 walls of armory just so that you have that whole way to rotate through as the round progresses. Because if not, all the defenders have to do is take that room, break down that wall, or make little lines of sight for themselves, and they can completely shut you down if you ever try to move anywhere between the bomb sites. You're basically stuck. Again guys, there are simply way too many bomb sites to cover in just this one video. All I really wanted to do here is make sure that each and every one of you guys understand the basic foundations of higher standard siege. Of course, the overall foundations of siege is fucking, you know, right click aim, left click shoot. But at the end of the day, these are your foundational blocks to be able to progress to a higher standard. I do plan and really want to go into much more depth into each and every one of these, but I thought I'd just start off this kind of tutorial series with the overall foundation. So with that in mind, like I said earlier in the video, dudes, if you want to see me cover each map in depth, let me know. If you want to see how I practice my aim training, let me know. If you want a detailed droning video, let me know. Whatever the fuck it is that you guys are struggling with, or that you think it would be cool if I made a video about in terms of, you know, helping everyone improve, just comment down below. And like I said before, whichever comment gets the most likes, I will make that video next. So with all that in mind, I will leave you guys to it. I'm still on the grind all weekend, got my first GO4 tournament tomorrow, so I'm really excited, and yeah, future's bright. So with that in mind, I will see you on the next one, guys. Peace out.